Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Money Huddle. As you can see, week 2 was a rough one. We have the shades on because
No good.
we have to get this G off. Man, it was a bad week, Shaq. I don't understand. I can't even get into the intros. Like it's your boy Dre Rich, the host of the show, and of course my boy Shaq. Shaq's a little a
Yes,
little less sad than I am because he actually had winning picks this weekend. I went over. I didn't have no winners. So if you're watching the stream, you're watching the video, I have shades on. He has shades on because we about to put week 2 to rest. That was god awful on my part, and then Shaq's not happy with his part. He has some winners though, but he's not happy. He's not thrilled with the performance.
really.
So
Yeah, I really only killed one game. Only one game, really. I
he
cashed on
smashed
one
it though.
game. Yeah, I smashed it, and I missed literally everything else for the most part.
It was a rough one, bro. But like I said, let's get into this eulogy. All right, what went wrong for me? The Jets, bro. Jets went way wrong for me. They went south, bro. Like I don't
Nah, it was not.
understand. Like I just don't understand what happened or like why they couldn't try. But there's a lot of plays that were just missed. A lot of falling. Like a lot of the defense was falling on the ground on coverage plays. Like we played man coverage 80% of the game. We played man coverage
Yeah,
80% on these fast receivers that we know we can't guard. There should have been more zones. There should have been more help from the linebackers, but they were too busy trying to guard Josh Allen on the ground. The Bills just have a lot of weapons. Like Josh Allen's just too much. That was the first thing that went wrong. Okay. Fields also got concussed. So then he was out the game. So that just preceded us to kick our ass. Okay. The Broncos. Bro, the freaking Broncos. How are you up 15 points at the half? And then all of a sudden, Daniel Jones becomes Peyton Manning on the Colts back into the 2000s and then starts throwing bombs on you and beats you
makes
by
sense.
2 points. I don't
Makes sense.
understand. He threw zero
Daniel Jones,
INT.
like Josh Allen out there, it's insane.
Yes. I mean, like, I can no longer talk any crap on Daniel Jones. I can't.
I can't.
He, you can. You beat him enough. But he's taking too much of my money, bro. He's taking too much of my money. I don't know if he just found some kind of juice in Indianapolis, but they gave him something. He on the roids or something because this man is playing lights out. He killed
Yeah,
my all of my bets were got killed because of that. All of them out the window.
no,
The third thing that went wrong before I pass it to Shaq, who doesn't have much to say because he actually hit on the bets. Before I close the casket on my eulogy, the Cardinals, man. You let Bryce Young come back. They got an onside kick in the last drive and beat them.
no good, man. No good. That was a rough one to watch, bro.
No, wait. They didn't beat them. I would say, correction. They did not beat them, but they still almost did. They still lost, but they got the onside kick.
Didn't
You let
cover the
them,
spread either.
bro. They didn't cover the spread. I mean, like you guys, bro. They literally had under 100 rushing yards.
Yeah.
That means their team couldn't run the ball on a team.
On the run defense in the entire league, in history.
on the team you can run the ball on.
Yeah, that's their name. Run here. Run this way. Arrows pointing.
Literally,
Where to run. Can't get it
open
done, dude.
lanes. Yeah, they are
Yeah,
Mr. Open Lanes. And you couldn't
yeah,
run.
that game blew my mind. Yeah,
Dude,
that game was not right. There's a lot of that
Bryce
this
Young.
weekend.
Bryce Young had 328 yards passing and 3 touchdowns.
That's insane.
This
Did we watch?
Cardinals
We
defense,
watched him play last week too, right? It
yeah,
was not
I
that good
had,
last week.
dude, he played good last week, and he played, no, he played bad last week. And then Kyler Murray played good last week, and then this week he played like shit.
Yeah, it
I
was
think he
like they
played shit
switched
this week.
some Freaky Friday shit right there.
You're at home. You're at home. The one thing you had to do is run the ball. You couldn't do that. Both your running backs had under 50 rushing yards on a team you can Swiss cheese, and you couldn't even do that. Kyler Murray threw an interception, which was my opposite of my bet. I just don't get it why it had to happen to me. But you guys, the game started off really well. Cardinals immediately the first drive of the game, pick six. The first drive. And then go up by 20 points. Then all of a sudden, let Bryce Young do whatever he wants. Let Tetro McMillan do whatever he wants. And then here we are. Didn't
Yep.
cover. Spread 6.5. They won by 5. What the hell, man? But let me pass it
uh,
to Shaq. Shaq, what do you got to say about your week 2?
man, that's a rough week, bro. That's a rough week for you. My condolences, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, First of all, I'll start with the early window. I know I was on the Giants Cowboys game. What the hell was Russell Wilson on? Like, he had some of that shit from Space Jam, dude. He drank some MJ Magic sauce, something, dude. That was nuts. 400 fucking yards? 400 yards? What? Overtime, 37 points. The over under was like 37 and a half. We did not. We took the under, by the way. Took the under. He did have a touchdown, which I called. I didn't see him throwing three.
3.
Insane. There was just no defense. That game turned into a crazy shootout. Field goal kicks. There was like 70 points between the two of them, almost 80. I did not see that coming. So, I don't think Russell Wilson will ever play like that again. I don't think that might have been the best game he's ever had throwing the ball ever.
Mhm.
400 yards. That's insane. So yeah, that one ate my lunch. I missed on everything. After we literally the under was gone at halftime. It was like 20 to 20, 20 to 17, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
So that wasn't good. And then my Vikings take. I don't know what I was thinking with you guys. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I had faith somewhere that faith didn't belong. It did not belong in the hands of JJ McCarthy, and I apologize, you guys. I am so sorry. What's funny is I told him last year I was a big Michael Penix guy, and I just thought they would play better after that big win. Nope, they played like they did the first 3 quarters of that game. Just did not go. I did not hit anything on that either. I think I took the over there. Under hit. It was like 22-6. Vikings just did not look good. I don't know what that was. So before I hit my middle window, but that's my boys. So of course I was gonna hit that. We knew we were gonna hit that window. I'll save that for later. But yeah, closing the casket on this was just Vikings look terrible. They don't know what they're doing. I don't know if it was JJ McCarthy just not. They couldn't get the run game going at all against the Falcons. Like it was just scary to kind of see how you got 2 great backs and nobody could get it going for them. It was abysmal. I
Yeah,
thought it'd be a
pretty
lot
much.
closer.
The casket, the jury's still out on McCarthy. It really is. Jury's still out
Well, and
because
he only had like 2,200 yards the year that he won the national title in Michigan. And in that game, he only threw for 140 yards in the national championship game. So he's not known to be. He's kind of the first round Brock Purdy like game
bro, yeah,
manager. Yeah.
yeah,
I just figured he would with the better weapons. He's got good young talent around him. I just figured I don't know. Maybe it's just one bad game, but I think they're still trying to figure it out in Minnesota.
yeah. Like to lose that bad to the Falcons, bro, and a no touchdown game
No
at home.
touchdowns.
At home, bro. You lost 20. They scored 20 on you with no touchdown. Insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
yeah. So any of my touchdown takes in that game didn't come through
Yeah.
at all.
It was
I
it
totally
was
whipped on both of those games for the most part. I mean, my props actually for the Cowboys game wasn't terrible, but
no, it
yeah, the
wasn't bad.
over under take and then the Dak under. Dak threw way over 245 and a half. I just thought the
Way,
defense
yeah,
would have been a lot better.
yeah, way over. I will say, my girlfriend's dad and her mom went to that game, and they were happy with the the scoring output. So even though we were wrong, they enjoyed a good game. I'm happy for them.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch after you pretty much kissed your money goodbye by halftime. You're like, well, might as well watch a good game now and paid more
Literally,
money than I had to for
yeah,
this.
for real, bro. Like, but yeah, that was the eulogy. Shades off. It's over. We're moving on to better things, bigger and better things. But what went right for you? Let's talk about what went right for you because nothing went right for me, so I can't speak on nothing. But what went right for you?
All right, so in that early window, I did have a Russell Wilson touchdown. I
Yep.
did have George Pickens over receptions.
Yep.
Then I whiffed on everything else, and I missed pretty much the entire Falcons game. So yeah, I'm not looking good there. But the afternoon game, the Eagles Chiefs, I had Saquon under 106 total yards. I had Patrick Mahomes under I think it was 244, 245 and a half
Yep.
passing yards. Barely had
Cash.
190. I had Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown, cashed
Cash.
it. And then I had Travis Kelsey over yards, cashed on it.
Cash it.
So that was a good day for me. And we hit, I think we hit the spread. I took the Eagles to win 1.5. I was telling you guys to bet more points if you could. So I'm glad you guys didn't listen to me. We're going to take that 1.5 win when we can get it. But definitely missed the under. I think that was the only thing we missed on there. Was I took the over in that game, but the under was there. So, but we had a pretty good day with that. It made up for everything else. I pretty much broke even, made a little bit of cash
Yep.
with the abysmal early and late night game. I really needed that. I really needed the cash on that, but I usually do pretty well with the Eagles, and for some reason the Chiefs, just because I've watched and seen them so much. I know those teams really well, but it was good cash. I think I was what 50% for the day, six
Yeah,
and
you were
six.
6 and
So
6, bro. You were 6 and 6, and I was 0 for 12 this week too. So we gotta put that in the past. But I'm glad. I'm glad because I told you on a lot of those bets for the Eagles game because that was the best game of the afternoon slate, the 3 o'clock slate. So I did bet a lot of those bets, and I did cash. Thank you for that. We'll say that.
made up
But
for the day.
yeah, that's the best thing about the day was me cashing on those Chiefs versus Eagles because I knew it was going to hit because we have an Eagles fan who knows what's going on. Let's move on
Sorry,
to
guys. That's all I want.
hey, we got two games. I love the double headers on Monday Night Football. I love when there's multiple games to watch on Monday Night Football. And our first one we're gonna go with is Buccaneers, not favored at the Texans. Buccaneers are plus 2.5 underdogs. Texans are favored by 2.5, and the over under is 42.5. Me and Shaq's consensus bet, which are 3-1 since the show started.
Something to
We
hang
are
the
on
hat
the
on.
under. We are on the under 42.5. We are 3-1 on consensus bets. When we have the same thoughts on a game and we give that to you as a consensus bet, we are 3-1. Just letting you know. Okay. Why do you think it's under, Cody?
I like this Texans defense. Texans, I mean, they're fast. They got a fast secondary. Their coach is a defensive coach. They're all about smash mouth football. They want to hit you hard. They want you to think about coming over the middle. So, and you saw it with the Rams last week. That was a really low scoring game, defensive battle. Rams had a good defense, so they really got after CJ Stroud, but their defense kept them in it. I think it was like 14-9, something crazy. It was really low scoring, and the under hit on that. And I just think that this was going to be a lot closer. Baker last week only had, I think he went 18 of 34 and only had like 180 yards. It's that Falcons defense, which apparently is pretty good. They looked pretty good in Minnesota the other night. I did not expect them to come out and look that good. So, and against this defense, I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's going to be three and out, smash mouth football. Get the yards where you can get them, grind it out kind of game. I see something like kind of like that Chiefs Eagles game the other day, 22-17 right in there, 22-18, real close to the over under. We're gonna be close on this one, I feel like, but I'm gonna take the under. I just feel like the defenses in this game are really gonna show out tonight.
I'm all with you, which is why it's a consensus bet because I think that this game is going to be a really tough, hard hitting game because we saw what happened whenever the Buccaneers, like you said, played against the Saints. It was hard nosed football, and they made things really tough. I mean, the Falcons game. The Falcons made it really tough for Baker Mayfield, and there's a blueprint out there because the Buccaneers are missing Trent Wirfs. He's Tristan Wirfs is hurt, so that is going to be a really open lane for Will Anderson from the Texans. They have a lot of guys who blitz, and I think they're going to have to make Baker Mayfield do more than just sit in the pocket and throw, which makes it to where there could be some missed catches. There could be a lot of punts, a lot of punts. And I think the Texans are going to try to slow the pace down, slow the game down. They don't want to get into a shootout with Baker Mayfield because we know it can go wrong if he does. If he do that, it can go real wrong.
Baker's very capable of turning it into an offensive show for sure.
So they want to limit him. But your best bet for this game, your best bet is the Buccaneers to win. Oh, to cover 2.5.
Cover 2.5. I think they'll. I think it's a 3 point game at least. 2.5's good. I think it'll be close, like I said. But I think they could win by 3 to 4 for sure. I think the Bucks get it done. I just feel like they've got a better offensive line, even without work. Maybe more talent, proven talent on their offense. These teams are real similar, if you ask me. The defense isn't quite the same, but I feel like the Texans' defense is going to keep them in it, and that offensive line for the Texans is going to be why it's close. Yeah, they're going to have to. I think they're going to struggle for yards just because the offensive line for the Texans is not good. And I think vice versa, like you were saying, Wirfs being out, that front seven for Houston is nasty, and they send exotic blitzes. They almost send five guys every play. They believe in a blitz. They're going to bring pressure, and when, like you said, with Wirfs out, I think they're going to get after him. But I think it's going to be a close scoring game. But I see the Bucks winning this one. I just don't think the Texans are going to. They didn't look good enough on offense last week to pull it out in a smash mouth game like this. And the Bucks have so many vets. I think they can get it done. They're used to smash mouth, hard playing football games. So I think they'll cover. It'll be close, but I see the 3 points.
Also, both coaches, head coaches, are defensively minded coaches. My old
Yeah,
coach, Bowles, he's a defensive coach. He used to coach the Jets. He's all about hard defense. Okay. And then for the Texans, we know that man is blitzing. He's gonna blitz you. That's what he does. He
D'Amico
literally,
Ryan.
it's damn near bounty gate for him. Bounty gate. They want people to go hit him. Al Shahir, hit him low.
Yeah, make it look clean now. Make it look clean.
Oh
That's
yeah,
my
like
nickname for him. That's my nickname for him in our dynasty league.
make it look clean, man. But your first prop for this game is Bucky Irving. You going under?
I'm taking the under. Yeah, like you were saying, I had Texas defense, man. They're gonna be smash mouth. I think Bucky's gonna get his opportunities, but I think they're gonna have a better time getting the yards through the air. There's gonna be so much pressure, and they're gonna try and run the ball. I just don't think. I think they're gonna be in a lot of third down and six, medium and long situations, and I just don't see Bucky getting 67 yards on the ground. He might get that through the air, and, break one long, but he's not running on this Texans defense. That front seven is nasty, and they're going to be hitting hard. That's what that whole team is coached to do, like you were saying. D'Amico Ryans, he was a hard hitting player back in the day. He's going to have them ready to play. They're really good at stopping up the running lanes in that front gap, the A gap, B gap. And the Texans run, or the Texans, I just feel like the edge wise, they've got them too. So there's going to be pressure back there. Bucky's only way to get yardage tonight is going to be through the air, which I think he's more effective. So 66 and a half on this team, I feel like is going to be tough. I don't think Kyron had a pretty, he was okay, but not what he was trying to get to last week against Texans. I don't think he had a day. So I don't see
He did
Bucky
not.
getting 66 and a half.
Yeah,
I think
Kyrie
that's
didn't
a
have it.
safe bet. I think that's too
Your
high.
your next bet, I like that bet. Like I don't think they're going to have enough room to run either.
Mm.
The Your next bet though, it is on Baker
Who's gonna
Mayfield
have
over.
to run?
Yeah, if
Yeah, because I think he's gonna be running for his life tonight. Like, he's gonna be running for his life, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of plays that break down. He's not gonna have time. He's either gonna be dumping it off or he's gonna be running. And he's had over 20 rushing yards in like 5 of the last 6 games, going back to last year. And every time that he's felt pressure, he takes off. I mean, he's not going to be Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, but like he's going to get 60. I think it's going to 16 and a half now. People are betting the under on this, but I think they need to look at it. He's going to have so much pressure tonight. He's going to have to step up. He's going to have to make plays on third down with his legs, I feel like, because they're going to be coming after him. So I like Baker over 17 and a half rushing yards just because of how much pressure they're gonna disrupt that passing game, and he's gonna have to make plays with his legs to get drives sustained on this defense.
I agree, man, because the the corners the corners are underrated for the Texans, bro. Like Stingley's
And the
not
safeties,
playing,
you
bro.
got Gardner Johnson back there. He's fast,
Oh,
hits hard. He's got good hands. Like they're underrated. It's just the offense is going to be the downfall of the Texans. They have no O line this year.
mhm.
They did not
And
address that at all in the
it
offseason.
it all goes back to the under, bro. Like these are great points that support the under, which is what we're both on. My first prop for this
What you
game,
got tonight?
I got CJ Stroud throwing 228 and a half passing yards only because I do think if he does complete passes, they're deep ones. It's Nico Collins going far. It's Schultz over the middle, deep. Like I think he's gonna have to throw the ball because they can't run the ball. They can't run the ball at all. Like the Buccaneers are one of the best run defenses. You got Vita Vea. You got these big guys up front. You really just can't go up field on the ground. You just really can't. You had to try to throw.
Shut Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's not going to be so hot.
No. And Nick Chubb, he got traded for a reason, guys. It wasn't because the Browns are moving on to a new chapter. He just doesn't have the juice anymore, man. Nick Chubb does not have the juice like he used to have. You saw what happened last week. He did not have a lot of rushing yards. He just can't do it to the effect that he should be doing it anymore. And so I
And
think
especially
Stroud's gonna have
behind
to
that
try
O
it in the
line.
air. Yeah, and the O line is just not good, man. Like if your O line, like they're gonna be trying to get whatever they can get through the air, whatever they can get. So I'm going
Yeah,
over
I could see.
228. I think it's pretty low, personally. I think it should be higher than this. We saw Penix Jr. throw for 290 on this Bucks team. 290. I
Almost
think that
300.
yeah, and it still wasn't a high scoring game. It was still a low scoring game. So I'm going to take CJ Stroud over 228. I think he can get that. He better get that because if not, this is going to be a glaring hole in their offense. A glaring hole is that they cannot freaking cover and protect the quarterback. My second prop for this game is a kicker prop because I am 3-0 on kicker props. I lied. I'm 3-1. I am 3-1. I missed the Cardi one for the Rams game last week. I did miss that one. He did not have enough field goals, but I am 3-1 with kickers, and this is my fifth kicker prop. Kaimi Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals made. It's a low scoring game. Drives won't be sustained. DJ Stroud will be sacked
Mm.
on third down. On third down, he will be sacked, which means field goals. Field goals. So give me Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals made. He actually is one of the most opportunistic kickers in the league. He gets the top five most chances because of his sacks, because of CJ Stroud being the most sacked quarterback in the league the last 2 years, bro. So
It's amazing
give me the kicker.
he's healthy.
Yeah,
It's amazing he's
for real.
upright and healthy. It's
He
not
gets
just
hit a
sacks.
lot.
It's how many hits. Yeah, the pressures and hits. He's hit the turf a lot.
He's a small guy. He's a small guy. He's not a big dude. He's skinny. He's just
Yeah.
not
And
getting
that's
hurt.
why I'm just like, why did you guys not do anything for that line at all in the offseason? Like, you didn't do
Not even that.
any.
Nothing.
I
Yeah.
don't, doesn't make sense to me.
All right, man. Until the next game, late night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Chargers favored by 3.5 at the Raiders. The over under is 46.5. The consensus bet for me and Shaq is the over 46.5 points. Why do you like the over, Shaq?
I watched that Chiefs game last week with the Chargers, and they just, besides the run game came through when they needed it to, but Herbert and the weapons, Keenan Allen looked like Keenan Allen from 6 years ago, like he never left. PPR machine. And then you had Winston Johnson being their guy downfield. He's making the big catches, big receiver, finally stepping into that role. You got Lad McConkley out there as a possession guy. Hampton looked good, got tough yards when he needed it. Had some rookie mistakes in that game, but looks decent. And there's really no sign of Najee. I think he had 6 touches in that game. And I don't know if he gets the field work as much. I haven't really checked in on that, but I just feel like there's not enough defense for the Raiders to cover all of these guys. The Chargers look like a well-oiled machine last week, and it's only week one. They kind of look they're looking good. So I mean, I know it's a division game; it could be close, but I see the Chargers getting out big early, and maybe the Raiders having to throw to come back in this game. I'll tell you right now, I don't have faith that Gino is gonna throw the way he did against the Patriots last week against this Chargers defense. So I like the 46 and a half. I don't see how the Chargers don't put up 30 easy.
Yeah, I'm also on the over, which is why it's the consensus bet. But my reasoning for the over is because the way to beat the Raiders is through the air. I do not believe they have anyone at safety or at linebacker to cover the middle deep part of the field. And I think that's where you get those play action passes. Because we will say, I will admit, Harbaugh wants to run the ball.
He
Okay.
wants to.
He wants to, but he will take a shot deep in the middle of the field where Justin Herbert likes to throw it. And there will be lanes for Quentin Johnston. I think he will have a role in this game. Uh, Even the tight ends. I think that there's going to be openings that the Raiders are susceptible to, and they've been that way for a while. The Raiders are going to try to pressure. They're going to put pressure on Herbert. Herbert has been a willing runner, so that's going to be scary
Yeah,
too.
I mean, and
He's going to keep runs
really,
alive.
the
He's going to keep
Raiders linebacking core is okay, but they're really going to rely a lot on Max Crosby to get the pressure. And if he can't, depending on where he's at, they move him around a lot on the line. But
yes,
I mean, against Joe Wall, he's not going to get a lot of pressure. And if he's not getting pressure, the Raiders aren't getting pressure, and he's going to have time to throw. And if they do, like you were saying, he's a big boy. He can get outside the pocket and move. Saw it last week against the Chiefs. He's not scared to get 5, 10 yards. Not scared to get tough either and put his head down. He's a big boy. So yeah, I see where you're at. I agree with you on that. They're going to have to throw the ball.
and on the other side, the Raiders, man, you can't run the ball. Period. GT did not have any yards last week. What the hell, man? Like
Against
he's
against the Patriots team that's not that great.
bro. Patriots are not good. You see the Dolphins
I mean, I
almost beat
know.
them.
Oh yeah, and I know and that's the thing is I know Vrabel is a stop the run kind of coach, and you saw that Miami abandoned the run after they got down 2 scores, and they had to pass all of them. So I think the Patriots are just going to be a team you can pass on, but you can't run on, and I think that's just Vrabel. But
Yeah,
yeah, I still don't see. Harbaugh is kind of the same way as far as defense wise. I don't see Genty running 70, 80 yards on him tonight. I think it's going to be tough sledding as far as trying to get the run game going for the Raiders because there's not a number two guy, and they're going to try and make him the workhorse back. But this is a good Chargers defense that people are sleeping on. Like they will get pressure. Derwin James
mm.
will be all over the field. Like they have a good secondary. It's a tough game. I
And
I don't see the Raiders pulling out.
I don't see. So the reason why I'm on the Raiders part, why they might have a good hand in this over, is because I don't think that the Chargers will have to stack the box and blitz very much. Like they're not that scared of Geno Smith. They're gonna let some guys sit in the backfield. I think they're gonna let him throw a little bit. I think they're gonna let Geno Smith throw a little bit because they know that he's not as lethal as most quarterbacks like Mahomes is. We don't have to sit in the house to go get him. Like he'll make his own mistakes. He will. And which is
Yeah.
brings me to my bet. My best bet for this game is the Chargers minus 3.5. For that reason, Geno Smith will not be able to will this team to a win. And the Chargers going to be up early, I think. The Chargers going to come out put their foot on their neck immediately, and then be like, Gino, make it work. What can you do? And I think Khalil Mack is going to have his way, especially when he gets to the backfield. Like if you scared of Max Crosby on one side, you better be scared on the other side of the game in Khalil Mack because he's going to be on you too. I do think the Raiders have a
Oh
good.
yeah.
Oh, I think the Raiders do have a good O line. Okay, they did not allow a lot of sacks last game. The Patriots kind of suck, so we can't really go too deep into that. But the O line looked good for the Raiders. So I do think that he has opportunity to get 16, 18 points. Chargers get their 32 points, 34 points. We're over. The over is the hit.
Yeah. That's where I'm
So
seeing it. I'm seeing like 30-20 right in there.
literally like 30-20, Chargers win. Maybe even worse than that, bro. Probably even be worse than that. But definitely
Could
taking the
get,
over. The late night game. They're both of them are they're nearby each other's locations. So it's like there will be an equal amount of fans, if not all Chargers fans. So it's gonna be yeah, the fans are gonna be there, bro, for both teams. And it should be a electric game to end the night after a low scoring first game in the Buccaneers versus the Texans. My first prop though, my first prop for this bet is going to be Daniel Carlson, the kicker for the Raiders, over 6.5 kicking points. I just think that there are going to be a lot of drives that don't go far, and I think Pete Carroll, knowing him from the Seahawks, he will kick a field goal. Okay, he will definitely not go for on fourth down. He's not that risky
he'll
kind of
take,
guy. He's conservative, man. Harbaugh will kick. He will go for on fourth down. Harbaugh don't care. But Pete Carroll, I don't see him. So I don't see him getting embarrassed either. So Pete Carroll will put up points in this game because he's just not going to get embarrassed. He's not the type
he'll
guy.
always take the
Yeah, he will always take the points. So give me the
run
kicker
the ball,
over 6.5.
take the
Yeah,
point.
he's an old school guy. He's an old school guy. Points are better than no points. So he will go for it. My second, literally, my second prop is Ashton Jeanty over 15.5 receiving yards. Because, like I said, they can't run the ball on this Chargers defense. They just can't. You have to throw the ball, man. You cannot try this. It's not going to go your way. And you don't want to go to a low scoring game with the Chargers anyway. They are a low scoring game type of team. They want it to be a grudge match. You have to make them put them on their back foot, for example, in a boxing term. Make them be the ones that, oh, they're throwing. We got to throw too because they're trying to get up the field fast. We try and do that same thing. So I think that
Yeah,
GT will have more than 2 catches. That'll bring him over this total of 15.5 receiving yards.
yeah. Especially if they can't get the run game going,
Yeah,
it'll be tough. It'll be
yeah.
tough to because Pete Carroll wants to run the ball, control the clock, take points, and it'll be tough tonight. So I like that bet. I like that.
Just like in Seattle, Pete Carroll had Kenneth Walker. He received the ball a lot. Like he got the ball a lot in the pass game. I think GT's getting into that area, man. He's getting into that Kenneth Walker. I'm catching the ball. We're upfield. I don't care if I get 5 catches. Like we going upfield somehow. And you're the main guy. You are the main attraction to this team right now. So you have to get the ball somehow.
Yeah,
Shaq's first prop. Shaq's first prop for this game is Marion Hampton over 70.5 total yards. Why?
I like it. I like this. I mean, he had 61 total yards last week against the Chiefs defense. Uh, they're the best run defense in the league. I think the Raiders, other than Max Crosby, are not as solid up front. I think they will be running the ball. You know, Harbaugh is an old school coach or old school coach too. He wants to establish the run. He wants to get play action passes, make it easy on Herbert, get the ball out quick. But he really wants to control the clock, put points on the board when he can. But he doesn't want you to have the ball. He wants to. He's a control the clock, game manage it kind of guy, and the run game has to go through here. And I think Omari and Hampton gets more attempts here. You haven't heard anything about Najee really. I think Najee got six touches last week. And this is Omari and Hampton's backfield. And I think tonight, Chargers and Harbaugh puts a little more faith in him. He had some rookie mistakes. He ran out of bounds with a 2 minute warning there. Kind of cost them points. Gave the Chiefs 3 points at the end of the half last week. Harbaugh was not happy with. But he trusted him, gave him the same amount of carries in the first half as he did the second half after that. So I think he really uses his legs tonight. They're going to want to get the run game, especially if it ends up as a blowout and the Raiders have got to throw the ball and they just can't move the ball at all. Hampton's going to have a lot of garbage time carries at the end. So I like 70.5 total yards, and that's rushing and receiving. His kids can totally break one, too. If you've seen him at North Carolina, he's very capable. He just needs one touch. So I think 70.5. I think he has a good game tonight. I think Harbaugh makes sure he has a good game tonight. And I think they get up big. So I like that.
I agree 100%, man, because when you're a defense that can't stop the pass, as the offense on the other side, they know you can't stop the pass. So then we surprise run up the middle, and then boom, big gash. Like the element of surprise, guys. You just can't be one dimensional. And I think this Chargers team is going to have multiple ways to get upfield, which makes it more accessible for Amarion Hampton to go upfield on any play, either running or dump offs. Like the 70.5 total yards, I think is a great bet for real.
And
And
he's
yeah,
a big back too. So like
he's
it's
not
not
small.
like he can make yards after contact. He's fast too. But I'm just saying he can run through people. He can make moves on people. He just has to have the ball in his hands. So I like the over for his total yards for sure. And I think this is Harbaugh wanted this guy in the first round. They went and got him. So this is he's going to be a big part of their offense moving forward.
And he had 15 touches last game. 15 touches.
Yeah,
It's a lot. He man's getting workload.
I hit on that over under. I remember that game because I think it was at 10.5, 10.5 or 11.5. And I was like, oh, no Najee. Najee hasn't played all training camp. Still haven't heard anything about Najee really. I don't think he's a threat to Omari and Hampton in this offense. So he's a young guy. I think they're gonna. And like I said, I think they're gonna showcase him tonight, especially with division lead on the line. Whoever wins tonight's division leader.
That's true. That's true. The second prop that Shaq has for this game is Justin Herbert under 260.5 passing yards. Why do you think that?
It's just a lot. It's just a lot. I know that they came out and spread the ball around last week against the Chiefs, and that was a really close game. I think they had to keep throwing it. But like I said, I think Omari and Hampton, if he's going to be running the ball a lot, if they get up big, if the defense gets, good field position, which I think they will. I think this defense, Chargers defense, will get after Geno Smith tonight and make him have to step in the pocket and throw balls deep or affect his timing. They're gonna have to, like you said, the Raiders are gonna have to try to throw tonight. It's the only way they're gonna move the ball. They couldn't run it last week. I don't see this Chargers team being any easier to run the ball on. And I think there's going to be turnovers. So I just don't see Justin Herbert having to throw like he did against the Chiefs last week. I think Harbaugh knows he can. This is going to be a very control the clock. I don't think it'll be a shootout or nearly as close as that Chiefs game last week. and I think they'll want to run the ball and run time off the clock a lot more in the second half if they're up big and their defense keeps bailing them out. I think their defense will have a lot of turnovers and get after it. I think Herbert will have a good night, but 216.5 is a little high, especially in a divisional game on the road. It's on the road, isn't it? Is it in Vegas?
Yeah, it's in Vegas. Yeah,
Yeah, on the road, 260.5. I mean, he's capable of it, but I just don't think he is going to need to throw for that much tonight. That's why I'm big on
yeah,
Hampton being over yards and Herbert being under.
I 100% agree. Just because the short fieldage, bro, they might get short fields, a lot of them, because they have a good special teams too. Like if the Raiders are punting a lot this game, they're gonna have short fields to run with because the likelihood is that they stop them on their side of the field when they're punting from their side of the field and they're returning it from midfield, if not close to midfield. They're getting short yards. They're getting half the field most of the game probably. So you don't have to have a long drive upfield. You don't have to go for 100 yards. You don't have to do all that. So I agree. But that is the show for today. The bounce back is now for me.
Starts
The
today.
continuation, the continuation of Shaq doing good continues today.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Hey, yeah, this was the game I hit on last week was the Chargers Chiefs game. So that saved my week last week. The Chiefs Eagles game saved my game this week. So this is for profit tonight. We're trying to make some real profit. We broke even 2 weeks in a row on my end. So it'd be good to make some profit tonight and then go into week three.
exactly,
We don't even want to look at the week three start yet. I'm telling you right now,
yeah,
that Thursday night game is going to be a massacre. Massacre. Ugly. Ugly, ugly.
it's not gonna be good to bet that Thursday night game because
No.
there's gonna be a
But we're
lot of
going to do it for you.
we're gonna do it because we give y'all what you want, which is content. So we're giving you content, but it ain't gonna be fun because the props are gonna be juiced to the gills, man. Like I guarantee you, all the receiving yards for the Bills players are gonna be over 60. I guarantee you, the rushing yards for freaking the running back. I forgot the freaking he killed me last week. I forgot his name already. James Cook is gonna be like 100 yards rushing, or because like they're gonna just
Yeah.
destroy this Dolphins team.
This Dolphins defense is so bad. And the Bills is just kind of like they're good at so many places. It's like who you just got to pick who you think to bet on that team that will do well. And somebody
Yeah,
will, multiple people will, but it's not. It could be anybody. That Dolphins defense is so bad, and their offense just
mhm.
has looked so bad. But we're
Right.
looking forward to that after tonight's game. We're gonna make some money tonight.
Exactly. Starting with the first game recap of all the things we said previously. Monday Night Football, game one, Buccaneers at Texans. We are consensus betting the under 42 and a half. Shaq likes the Buccaneers plus 2.5. He also likes Bucky Irving under 66.5 rushing yards. He likes Baker Mayfield over 17.5 rushing yards. I like Shroud over 228.5 passing yards. I also like their kicker, Kaimi Fairbairn, over 1.5 field goals made. And then we go to the late game, which half of us might not even watch. Just put your bets in and go to sleep and wake up to money. Okay, just do that. Just go to sleep and wake
But
up to
like
cash.
Christmas,
Yeah, like Christmas, bro. Like for real. I've done that on a couple games, bro. I ain't gonna lie. There's a couple games last year. I would like make a bet, and I was just like, "This is too late. I'm going to sleep." I go to sleep, wake up. Oh, it cashed. Oh, I was right.
hey,
I
all
love it.
right, it's money. That's always a good feeling. Trust me. You wake up and there's a good chunk of change in there waiting for you.
literally these freaking West Coast games, bro, pissing me off, man. Too late, but we are on the same over 46 and a half in this game two on Monday night. We think it's going to be a high scoring game. Everybody's throwing the ball. Chargers get up big. Raiders put up. Raiders just don't get embarrassed. Just don't get embarrassed. Put up your little 14, 18 points, and then let the Chargers just do whatever else they want. We just need
Yeah,
18
let them
points.
put up
We just need
30.
18, 20 points, please.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's it.
I am betting. My best bet is the Chargers minus 3.5. My first prop is the Raiders kicker over 6.5 kicking points. I just need him to hit 2 field goals, and then I need the Raiders to score one time. That's all I need. Ashton Jeanty, over 15 and a half receiving yards. He's bound to get this, guys. They're going to be down, looking to get upfield, trying to not be embarrassed. They're going to be throwing the ball to anyone and everyone. Brock Bowers is injured. He's playing, but he's injured. So I think that they're going to be looking for everyone to get involved in the passing game. So Jeanty, over 15 and a half receiving yards. Shaq's first prop for this game is Omarion Hampton over 70 and a half total yards. I think this is going to for sure hit because of the usage and prime time. Prime time, you drafted this guy, you want him to be seen, you want this man to be to show that he is a lethal and a great draft pick. He's your offense for
Finally
real.
playing, finally playing in the states.
Yeah, literally. Like he's actually going to be playing in the U.S. He's probably going to be near people who's going to come and watch the game that he knows. This is going to be a great showcase for him. I guess a team that he should be running through, honestly. Then Shaq also likes Justin Herbert under 260 and a half passing yards. Like he said before, it's going to be a short field. There's going to be a lot of turnovers in this game that he won't have to need the whole field to go up. So why would he need to have that many passing yards, guys? It's just too high. It's a grudge match between two people who are in the same division, and it's going to be a really tough for him to get all the way up the field just passing the ball. They have capable runners, himself included, can run the ball. So it's like I feel like they
Oh
don't
yeah.
need to pass up the ball. Yeah, passing is not going to be needed for their side. For the Raider side, no, it ain't gonna be. It's gonna be needed for sure. But for the
Yeah.
Charger side, it ain't gonna be needed that much. But yep, that is our show for today. Thank you all for tuning in, sticking with us through the good and the bad and the very, very, very ugly that I had to endure. But this is what happens, man. Football, any given Sunday. And for me, it was given. It was given. It was terrible. We're going to conclude the show
It's
with the
not good.
shades on because it's still week two, guys. It's still week two. So I'm putting the shades back on because it's not over yet. But we won't be needing these tomorrow. I mean, on our next
No.
episode because we will be in the winning circle. Okay.
Yes. We will not have nearly as long of a eulogy, if any at all. We aim to no eulogies. We don't want to wear these shades. We really don't. And I feel like we got a
You
pretty
think
good bet
we
on
like?
tonight's game.
You think we like the eulogy? No. These are cool shades. We have really cool shades on, but we don't like wearing them. We don't.
No. No.
So
Not to this.
just put your bets in. Let's all huddle together for this money. And thank you for tuning
Money
in.
huddle. Yeah.
Peace.
Get this Monday night money.
Peace.
Let's see it, guys.